Welcome to our video on being a happy couple. It takes effort to maintain a happy and healthy relationship, but the benefits are well worth it. In this video, we'll go over some suggestions and techniques for creating and sustaining a happy, rewarding relationship. We will talk about the value of open communication, expressing appreciation and gratitude, making time for each other, demonstrating empathy and understanding, being willing to compromise, not taking each other for granted, keeping the spark alive, taking responsibility for your own happiness, and seeking help when needed. We'll also share some encouraging words and reminders to keep in mind as you seek to develop a healthy and happy relationship with your spouse. So, let's get this party started. It takes effort to maintain a happy and healthy relationship, but the benefits are well worth it. Here are some hints for becoming a happy couple. 1. Communicate freely and honestly with each other. The cornerstone of every healthy relationship is clear and open communication. It is critical to be able to discuss everything, positive or unpleasant, without fear of judgment or revenge. This includes being able to openly and effectively convey your views, feelings, and desires, as well as being a good listener when your spouse is speaking. It also implies the ability to undertake unpleasant talks when necessary, such as discussing interpersonal difficulties or confronting topics that are generating conflict. 2. Express appreciation and thanks to each other. It is critical to maintain a good relationship by expressing love and affection via words and acts. It is critical to acknowledge and express your appreciation for the things your partner does for you. This might be as easy as placing a thank you note on the kitchen counter or as sophisticated as organizing a surprise weekend vacation. Gratitude and appreciation for your mate may assist improve your relationship and make them feel appreciated and cherished. 3. Make time for each other. It's easy to get caught up in work, family, and other duties in today's fast-paced world and forget to make time for your spouse. However, it is critical to remember that in order to grow, relationships take time and care. It's crucial to set aside time to spend together, whether it's a regular date night or just a few minutes each day. This time can be spent to catch up, have fun, or simply be together. 4. Demonstrate empathy and understanding. Being able to see things through your partner's eyes is critical for a good relationship. It is critical to make an effort to understand their thoughts and needs, as well as to be there to them when they require support or comfort. This entails being able to put oneself in their shoes and see things through their eyes, even if you disagree with them. It also includes the ability to apologize and make apologies when appropriate. 5. Be prepared to compromise. No relationship is flawless, and you and your spouse will surely disagree at times. When this occurs, it is critical to be willing to meet in the middle and come up with a solution that works for both of you. This includes the ability to compromise and make compromises when required, as well as the ability to forgive and move on when mistakes are made. 6. Keep the spark alive. It is critical to keep things new and exciting in a relationship in order to have a happy and healthy union. This includes attempting new activities together, such as going on a weekend trip or taking a culinary class. It also entails maintaining the relationship through tiny acts like writing love notes or surprise your sweetheart with flowers. 7. Accept responsibility for your own happiness. It is not your partner's obligation to make you happy, and putting that expectation on them is unfair. Instead, concentrate on bringing enjoyment to yourself and sharing it with your spouse. This includes taking care of oneself physically and psychologically, as well as accepting responsibility for your own feelings and behaviors. 8. Seek assistance when required. Recognize when you and your relationship are struggling and, if necessary, seek support. Working with a professional, whether for counseling or therapy, may be a terrific method to strengthen your relationship. A therapist or counselor may assist you and your spouse in improving communication, resolving disputes, and working through any underlying issues that may be causing problems in your relationship. They can also provide you the tools and tactics you need to establish a healthier, happier connection. 9. Recognize that each relationship is unique. Each relationship is unique, and what works for one partner may not work for another. It is critical to adjust these suggestions to your personal relationship and discover what works best for you and your spouse. Remember that a successful and healthy relationship is a journey that demands effort and dedication to sustain. 10. Prioritize your relationship. It's all too easy to get caught up in the minutiae of life and allow other things take precedence over your relationship. However, keep in mind that your relationship is one of the most essential aspects of your life and should be handled as such. Making time for each other, Prioritizing your partner's needs and desires, and being ready to put in the work to make your relationship a priority are all examples of this. 11. Have fun together. Having fun together is an essential part of keeping a great relationship. It's critical to identify activities that both of you like and to schedule time to do them together. Going for a hike, playing a sport, or even watching a movie together may assist to build your bond and keep your relationship new and exciting. 12. Be honest and trustworthy. Trust is an essential component of every healthy relationship. It is critical to be honest and truthful with your spouse, as well as to have faith that they are honest and transparent with you. This entails being trustworthy, honoring your commitments, and taking responsibility for your actions. 13. Don't take each other for granted. It's easy to become engrossed in daily life and forget to appreciate your companion. However, it is critical to remember that they are an essential part of your life and to treat them as such. This entails being aware of their wants and needs and going out of your way to make them happy. It also entails paying attention to the small details, such as keeping the light on for them when they arrive home late or pouring them a cup of tea when they are ill. Here are some examples of taking your spouse for granted, as well as strategies for dealing with it. 1. Failing to show thanks. Failing to express gratitude for the things your partner does for you is a kind of taking them for granted. If your spouse makes supper for you every night but you never thank or express thanks, they may begin to feel devalued and taken for granted. Solution. Express your appreciation for the things your partner does for you. Show gratitude for the small things and remember to thank them for the larger things as well. 2. Taking them for granted. Taking your spouse for granted means expecting them to always be present and ready to support you without showing thanks or repaying in like. For example, if your spouse is constantly prepared to watch the kids while you go out with friends, but you never offer to help them with their own plans, they may begin to feel unappreciated. Solution. Remember to express gratitude for the things your partner does for you and make an attempt to return in like. If your partner looks after the kids, offer to do the same for them. 3. Neglecting the connection. Taking your spouse for granted means not making time for them or neglecting the relationship in general. For example, if you are constantly preoccupied with work or other obligations and do not make time for your spouse, they may begin to feel unimportant to you. Solution. Make time for your partner and emphasize your connection. Make frequent date evenings a priority, or schedule at least a few minutes of talk each day. 4. Failure to make an effort to maintain the connection. Failure to make an effort to maintain the relationship, such as ignoring intimacy, is a kind of taking your spouse for granted. Solution. Make an effort to keep the relationship going. Keep in mind your partner's wishes and requirements, and make an effort to keep the flame alive. 5. Being disrespectful. Taking your spouse for granted involves not expressing respect for them, such as speaking to them in a condescending tone or not appreciating their thoughts. Solution. Respect your partner and their viewpoints. Listen to what they have to say and try to grasp their point of view. It is critical to remember that taking your spouse for granted can have a bad influence on your relationship, so be aware of it and take action to avoid it. To prevent taking your spouse for granted, show appreciation, respect, and make an effort to sustain the connection. L is a term for the pair. It is not about finding the right person as much as it is about developing the appropriate relationship. It is not how much you love each other that matters, but how much you develop and progress together. A successful relationship does not consist of being inseparable, it consists of being separated and nothing changes. The finest relationships are those in which you can be yourself while still falling in love. A successful relationship entails deciding to love one another even when you don't like each other. Knowing how to belong to oneself is the finest thing in the world. The work and effort you put in to make a relationship last is more essential than the laughing and joy. Trust, communication, and mutual respect are the foundations of a healthy partnership. Remember to always be truthful, to actively listen, and to be nice to one another. The actual test of a relationship is how well you handle the difficult times, not how well you handle the good times. A good relationship is about loving and embracing one another's flaws and developing together, not about perfection. Love isn't about finding someone who will complete you. It's about finding someone who will complement you and help you become the best version of yourself. To summarize, living in a happy and healthy relationship requires effort and dedication, but the rewards are well worth it. Remember to prioritize your relationship, communicate openly and honestly, express appreciation and gratitude, make time for each other, demonstrate empathy, compromise, don't take each other for granted, keep the spark alive, accept responsibility for your own happiness, and seek help when necessary. Remember that every relationship is unique, so customize these suggestions to your own and figure out what works best for you and your spouse. It's critical to remember that a successful and healthy relationship is a journey, not a destination. Maintaining it takes effort and devotion. It is critical to be aware of potential pitfalls in the relationship and to take steps to prevent them. To prevent taking your spouse for granted, show appreciation, respect, and make an effort to sustain the connection. We hope this video has given you some useful ideas and techniques for developing and sustaining a happy and rewarding relationship with your spouse. Remember that love is about building the perfect connection, not finding the ideal person. The secret to a great relationship is constantly being willing to put in the effort, communicate well, and try to understand each other. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe to our channel for more relationship advice and ideas in the future. We wish you the best of luck on your path to a happy and healthy partnership.